All right, week 7. I've definitely had more nausea, more fatigue, more of everything. Um, and because of that, I didn't really have any nausea, almost zero, and very little fatigue even with my last pregnancy. I just felt really awesome. And so this is a bit different, therefore there's a little bit of boy-girl talk, and I don't know if there's anything to the thought that some symptoms are girl symptoms and some symptoms are boy symptoms. I just know that within my own pregnancies, I was very sick and very tired with my first pregnancy, which was my daughter, and then with my second, I felt a lot better, and that was a boy. And then with my third, I felt even better, and that was also a boy. And very little nausea with those. And this time, I feel a little bit more sick and tired. It's only week 7, but I feel like I've already had more nausea in this 7 weeks of pregnancy than I did in the entire 41 weeks of my last pregnancy combined. So, I don't know, I think it's got my husband thinking that it's a girl. It's got me kind of considering that that might be the case. Although I do have a symptom or two, which is really lovely, but I have never had any form, any amount of acne on my back or shoulders at all, except for when I've been pregnant with my 2 boys, and then just a little bit. I consider that a boy symptom, and I have that a bit, so that kind of had me for a little while thinking that it was a boy. So I think of our family with another little girl, and I think that that would be fun. We haven't done the little girl thing in a while. My daughter's going to be 6 in December, so just 6 weeks away. So that would be that would feel new and different. And then I think of our family with another little boy, and that sounds really precious. I've just had 2 little boys in a row, and they've been so much fun, and I'd love to add to them, so I'm just really content either way and looking forward to finding out. I do think that we will find out. With my daughter, we did not. She was a surprise when she was born, and that was really fun. And then the second time around, I wanted to see what it was like to know the gender of the baby and be able to give them a name in advance. We had names picked out with my daughter, but not one chosen, obviously. We didn't know which that child was. And so I felt the second time around like maybe the bonding was a little bit easier, and I felt like that child had more of an identity, which was fun. But then on the other hand, it might have also just been because it was my second time, and I knew the gravity of what we were in for. The first time, you don't really know what it's like to become a parent until it happens. But the second time, I understood more. And so maybe that increased the ability to bond and fall in love with that child before actually meeting them. With our third, I wanted to have a surprise and not know, but our daughter was really, really set on getting a sister because she already had a little brother. So we didn't want the day of the birth to be a disappointment for her. And I was feeling just symptom-wise or intuition-wise or something like it was a boy, and I felt really sure. And so I thought, if she's going to have an adjustment to make here where we have to help her adjust her attitude and learn to love this child even though it's not what she thought it was going to be, then we should do that sooner rather than later. So we found out what he was, and he was a boy, and she took it really well. At first she's like, no, but I wanted a girl. I said I wanted a girl. I'm like, well, saying what we want can't change anything. The baby already is what it is and always has been. And it is a boy, and that's what it is. And so let's get ready for a boy. God knows what our family needs, and he chose a boy for us. And so, we were just barely in the car after the ultrasound, and she was already talking about going to the store and buying a little boy outfit, and she's been happy with it ever since. So this time I think we could get away with the surprise, but I want to know. I don't think I want to go not knowing this time. Maybe next time. Okay, so yes, nausea, yes, falling asleep very early in the evening. I'm sure my husband's thrilled with that. We usually stay up after the kids go to bed and watch a movie and have our us time together, and I've just been crashing as soon as they go to bed. I mean, the other night I think I fell asleep before 8 o'clock. I've been really sleepy. Having a hard time keeping up on things around the house during the day. I can still do the things that I do. They just wear me out a lot faster. And so once I've done something, I feel like I have to recover. And if I let the thought of cuddling up on the couch with a blanket and my kids and just resting come into my mind, it's like, that's all I want to do. And that's not normally me. I'm not a napper. I usually pretty active, and I feel like I work pretty hard, and like I don't like to be idle and lazy, and I don't know. And lately I felt like I've been getting better and better as a housekeeper and a mom and stuff. I mean, over the years, every year I feel like I'm improving, which is the goal. Like, that's what I've been trying to do. And this year has gone really well. We're homeschooling the kids. That was the plan from the beginning, so they always have been, and we've gotten into a really good schedule with that, and I felt like I've been productive and stuff, and now I'm just kind of like, just kind of getting through each individual task one at a time, and they wear me out more than they used to. So I'm trying, on the one hand, to not let that become an excuse to just sit around and be lazy, because I don't want that for my family. I want to, at the end of the day, I want to feel good about what I've done, and that I've taken good care of my husband and my kids and my home. And then on the other hand, I'm trying to also still kind of give myself a little leeway and realize I am building a baby, and it is hard work for my body. And if my body is begging for more rest and acting worn out, it's because it is worn out and it does need extra rest. And so there's a constant balance, check and balance there all the time that I'm trying to be aware of and give myself the rest that I need. So that seems, what time am I at here? Oh, okay, sorry. That seems to be kind of tugging back and forth on me a little bit, but I'm hoping that this is just first trimester sickness and stuff, and that it won't be like a whole 9 months or anything. And the fatigue too, I'm kind of counting on it, like 13, 14 weeks feeling pretty good, so we'll see. Gosh, I've had aversions. My husband's, this is his 4th time too, so he's getting to where he kind of knows the drill that you got to check with Mama before you walk in the room with some kind of food. You have to ask her if the smell is going to be okay. You have to ask her if the sight of it is going to be okay, or the sound of the chewing, or any of it. And I'm not like super irritable or anything, but if something comes into the room that smells or just is for that moment an aversion, it's not necessarily like every day it's the same thing either. It's, one day something can just be repulsive and the next day I'll eat it. And, but he's really good about it. He's always checking with me. Is it okay if I, eat this next to you? Or, is it okay if I make this for the kids or whatever? And he's very helpful. So he's fixing food a lot. He actually likes to cook and I don't. So, he's usually the main food fixer anyway. And he's been very, sensitive to my preferences and, really considerate about it. So that's been good. Every now and then somebody will mention a food, or I'll see one or something, and it's just like, I could go from feeling pretty okay to, oh my gosh. And, so yeah, that's always a little weird. One night, nothing sounded good. I felt sick, and I knew that part of why I felt sick was because I needed to eat something. And so, I was hungry, but I didn't know what for. Everything that came to mind was just like, oh no, keep that away from me. And then we were watching something on TV, my husband and I, and, they had waffles. And I thought, that's it, that's what I need, and I need it now. And I didn't, want to be all pushy and demanding or anything like that, but I mentioned that was the only thing that sounded good, and I wanted it so bad. It was like 10 o'clock at night. My husband got up and went to the kitchen, and he made a whole batch of waffles, and I ate probably way more than I should have. And the next morning there was some leftovers that I toasted in the toaster oven and gave to the kids. And I had some too for breakfast as well. And so 2 doses of waffles, and I was done with waffles for a while. Like, that went from being a craving to an aversion, so that was kind of interesting. Belly's getting big, clothes are getting kind of funny. A little bit self-conscious about starting to wear maternity clothes, although I have worn some just because, like I said before, the waistband thing, belts and snaps, and that just doesn't that doesn't sound good, and doesn't feel good, and my belly is poking out, and clothes are fitting different. No bra size changes, thank goodness. I'm already an odd size, and I'll talk about that another time, because, oh my lord, shouldn't be so hard to find a good bra that fits right. I'm not that abnormally shaped. I don't look like a freak. I shouldn't have to shop for these strange sizes in these special boutiques. Like, I won't go there right now. But, yeah, clothing is different. As far as boobs go, though, they are getting more sensitive. I'm nursing my son, who is going to be 2 next month, and so being that he is a older toddler now, and he's not nursing like all the time, it's like maybe 3 or 5 times a day, so that could be a lot harder, but they are starting to get sensitive and sore, and so nursing does hurt sometimes, and he's getting to the age where he can kind of understand that, you know, mommy says maybe not right now because it hurts, or can we be all done now? And yeah, that's kind of, I have tandem nursed before with my 2 boys for over a year. So I've been through this, and I'm okay with it. Breast milk is the magic food for kids, so I'm not going to just, you know, remove that from him, but it is getting a little bit harder. Okay, so today was the first day in a long time that I have, well, it feels like a long time, that I've gotten up and gotten dressed and looked in the mirror and thought, hey, I look like cute. I look cute pregnant instead of just, is she getting fat kind of pregnant. And that feels really good because I've been kind of covering it up and wearing sweatshirts, and I feel like I just look like I'm gaining weight. But today I feel like it's, you know, looking like a cute little pregnant belly that definitely does look like a pregnant belly, not just a growing, you know, flab or whatever. So I'm going to show the belly now, 7 weeks, and get ready because it's bigger than it should be at 7 weeks, but it is what it is. And, okay. Oh, there it is. He or she. Yeah, I think that 7 weeks feels a little bit more legit. I'm going to be 2 whole months soon, and I can, this isn't showing it very well. Okay, there we go. I feel like I can maybe feel justified in wearing maternity clothes soon. Not much longer, and I'll have no choice. So, there's that.